Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So we have come to the last chapter in this semester, chapter 11, Nuclear and Particle Physics. So in this video, I'm going to explain about the first subtopic, binding energy and mass defect. Okay, as you can see here, okay, this one is what we have, the nucleus. So we have nucleus, di mana dekat dalam nucleus akan ada proton dan neutron. And then dekat sekeliling ni ada orbital, di mana dekat orbital ni kita akan ada elektron. Okay, so dekat nukleus dekat sini kita ada 2 proton dan 2 neutron. So this one is basically the isotopes, the helium isotopes, where we have the atomic mass 4 dan proton number sama dengan 2. So this nucleus, okay, this nucleus is actually bound together by a very strong force, what we call as nuclear force. So ada daya nuklear yang menyebabkan proton dan neutron ni mereka melekat antara satu sama lain lah untuk form the nucleus. So dekat sini, in order to break the forces between the proton and the neutron, we need energy. Kita perlukan energy untuk splitkan proton dan neutron ni. So we require energy. Okay, require energy to split the nucleus. Okay, so after we supply energy to split the nucleus, okay, all of the protons and neutrons are breaking apart lah. They are breaking apart into individuals nucleon. So apabila dia satu, kita panggil dia sebagai nucleon. Okay, so the idea here is we have nucleus, we supply energy, and then they become nucleon. Okay, so according to the Einstein famous equation, E is equal to mc square. Okay, energy and mass is the same thing. So when we supply energy, we basically supply mass. Because energy has mass. Okay, so the idea here is the total mass of the proton and neutron here, the total mass is heavier than the mass of the nucleus, which is nucleus yang kita gunakan dekat sini adalah the helium. So mass dekat sini, okay, is heavier than compared to the mass here. Why? Because we supply energy so that all of this breaking apart. So when we supply energy, we actually supply mass to the individual nucleon. Okay, so macam mana mau kira total mass dekat sini? Okay, total mass dekat sini adalah sama dengan, because we have proton and neutron kan, mass of proton, since kita ada 2 proton, so 2 darab dengan mass of proton tambah dengan 2 darab mass of neutron, because we have 2 neutron. Okay, so if we substitute the value, since mass of proton adalah constant number, which is mass of proton sama dengan 1.0077 7277 tambah dengan 2 darab dengan mass of neutron 0.8665. So total mass is equal to 4.031 at 4U, di mana U adalah the atomic mass unit. So dekat sini mass of helium is given, which is equal to 4.003 U. So as you can see here, the mass here, mass of helium compared to the total mass after the separation, okay, you can see there is a very small difference. Okay, difference dia sangat-sangat kecil. So the difference between these two mass is what we call as the mass defect. Di mana by definition, mass defect adalah the difference between the sum of the masses of individual nucleons, which is sum here, sum of masses of individual nucleons, and atomic nucleus and the mass of the nucleus, which is the mass of nucleus dekat sini. Yang kita gunakan adalah helium. So, ni adalah mass defect. Mass defect ni adalah perbezaan mass sebelum dan selepas separation of the nucleus. Di mana the formula is equal to, ni adalah mass defect, equal to Z times with MP plus N times with Mn minus Ma. So, Z dekat sini adalah number of proton, MP is mass of proton, N is the number of neutron, Mn is the mass of neutron, and Ma is the mass of the nucleus, which is here, the mass of helium. So the idea here is mass of nucleus will always be smaller than the total mass of the neutron and proton. So bila dalam calculation we are not going to get negative. So kalau dapat negatif tu maksudnya salah lah. So they always get Ma is always smaller than the total mass here. Okay, so I mentioned just now that we require energy. Kita perlukan energy untuk pisahkan proton dan neutron ni. So energy yang kita perlukan ni kita panggil dia sebagai binding energy, which is energy required to separate a nucleus into its individual protons and neutrons, or energy released when nucleus is formed from its individual nucleons. Bermaksud, daripada nucleus, okay, we want to split into nucleon, we need that energy, and kita panggil dia sebagai binding energy. Ataupun, daripada individual nucleon, we want to form a nucleus. So, that energy is also the binding energy. So, benda yang samalah, binding energy. To separate ataupun to form the nucleus. Okay, di mana binding energy is equal to delta M C square. So, delta M ni adalah the mass defect yang tadi. Dan C adalah the speed of light. Okay, so energy dekat dalam subtopik ni, kita akan guna dalam dua unit. Di mana unit yang biasa kita gunakan adalah joule. And then there's a new unit, which is mega electron volt. So, before this, in the previous chapter, we use electron volt only. But now we are going to use mega electron volt. So, this one, unit conversion for this one, I'm going to show in the example, which is in the next video. So, nanti kamu refer dekat sana untuk unit conversion. And then last one, we have binding energy per nucleon. So, binding energy yang tadi kena bahagi dengan number of nucleon. Nucleon number, which is A. So, this is basically the binding energy. So, binding energy just bahagi dengan number of nucleon, di mana unit adalah joule per nucleon or mega electron volt per nucleon. So, how to find this value of A? Okay, if we use the same formula, the same example yang ni. Example of the isotopes here. So if we compare with X, A, and Z. So when we compare, okay, we can get that A adalah sama dengan 4. And then Z adalah sama dengan 2. Di mana A adalah the nucleon number. Z is the proton number. And then N, okay, A adalah sama dengan Z plus N. Di mana N adalah the neutron number of neutron. So, bermaksud A minus Z. So, kalau ikutkan contoh ni, A minus Z is equal to 2. So, we have A dekat sini is equal to 4, Z is equal to 2, and then N is equal to 2. Because we are going to include all of this number in here. So, di mana Z adalah sama dengan 2. N adalah sama dengan 2 juga. Okay, so I guess, Okay, I guess that's all for 11.1. So we are going to discuss the example in the next video.